Anubis, it's not as much as like an AWP Paradise as other maps are. So in that sense, I mean, it's probably good for Vantage to really try and nerf Pain in a way. Obviously, he had an absolute monster series on Anubis yesterday. Let's not get that wrong. But I'm talking more of like a T side standpoint. It's not that big of an AWP in Paradise. I mean, mostly it's towards a water on stairs to kill Con and vice versa on the CT. But yeah, I mean, a big pistol coming up for Vantage. Obviously, they don't want to get off to the start that they had on Overpass. Of course, this is their map pick as well, and they want to stay alive in this upper bracket.
I think I want to highlight as well, the rifle core of KZG beat Vantage that map. So we're talking about, you know, it was going to be all in Pain. But it turns out the rifle core of KCG has led a few tricks. The dualies, can he hit anything with the dualies? Probably not. You know, it seems like two guns aren't always better. As they just cruise through towards middle, and that leaves poor Summox out in the open. He's just going to fly in towards A main. He's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that today. It's a bit above my pay grade. We catches Oceania there, but a bit quick. He was very snatchy and fidgety there because he missed the first two shots, and Oceania just, you know, looked towards him and just stared him to death. And this is a good stuff advantage on their map pick. They want to try and win at Anubis, and oh, you get a good A hit like that. That's how you're going to win it.
Yeah, Hassie just got to try and save his Kevlar now. I mean, he's not really done... I don't even think he's fired a bullet in... no, he hasn't. He hasn't even fired a bullet in this round. Not much he can do, unfortunately. 1 versus 5. And this is a start that Vantage want. You know, 5 players alive, bomb planted, money's going to be looking good. And, yeah, a great way to start his T side because the pressure really is on the T side of Anubis. You know, it's a super heavy T-sided map. I'm surprised that KCG opted for CT. I guess they want to do like the old cricket method, you know, where you start,
you want to chase,
and you want to know what score to beat, basically, and that score is how many rounds advantage get on T side. So yeah, I guess that was the mindset coming in. And again, it could be also to do with the fact that Pain is going to get a lot more opportunities on CT with the AWP as well. You can get him going early. You know, the world's your oyster. But a Zeus actually coming out from Hassie.
You know, we're giving a skin to the Zeus, okay?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a beast. It looks insane. I can't wait to see what else, you know, gets brought onto the Zeus. Not a big fan of it myself, but there it is. Straight around the corner, Hassie putting the pain into Omni, sending
a few bolts.
Yeah, a few volts, just a few through the nerves.
Who'd be proud of this? Harper. Icy's a big fan of the Zeus. Harper would be extremely proud of that Zeus by Hassie there. Probably in the top 1. If you don't know, Harper during AZ Champs, he jumped. Okay, so this is on Mirage. He jumped off, you know, the entrance palace balcony to just Zeus someone coming from A main. Like literally just did that purely for a Zeus. It was on an eco round just like this, and he nails the Zeus. And it captured in a similar angle, you know how damn you could see the Zeus happening from Hassie. Similar angle, like his teammate watching his making Zeus. Very humorous. Always good for a Zeus kill though. One of my favorites actually, because like it never gets kills. It's like that lovable underdog that just never performs, but you know when it does, it's great.
And it's the fact that you have to buy it as well. It's not like a knife kill where you've always got the knife. You've always got the potential to obviously grab a knife kill where you have the opportunity. With a Zeus, you have to buy it. You know, like it just puts the emphasis on it a bit more. Damio found his way through the smoking connector thanks to Viridian's flash. That's a bit of an opening onto B now. Pressure starts to mount. Dial starts to turn for Estate and Pain to defend the B side. So he's going to come in, but actually the bomb is over towards A. A well-timed smoke thrown out from Mingovi, but it's just to start a rotate. They're going to smoke and just rotate over and gamble it's B, Josh.
Yeah, they've got to check middle because they don't have middle control, so they've got to get information on middle at least. And now they're thinking back to A as well, so Lux goes back there. So kind of KCG had to do that because it's like, where are they? Like, you have to get re-control middle to make sure they're not crunching. That's the so they retreat. He's a great flash. Top tier flash on skull. Like, that's just perfect timing.
The flash assist coming in hot early on for Vantage, and it's just teeing up another clean round. What looks to be for KZG Mingovi. Probably doesn't want to toy with this too much. I mean, the M4 can go a long way. The Hero M4, when it's an eco or half bite, can do very well. Is he just going to let a few players run past? No. He's going to let his position be exposed. He's going to try and get out. But as you can see on the minimap, number 6, Damio is on the hunt as well. He's going to start pinching with Omni and, what looks to be Vision as well. So, yeah, done. He's gone. M4 gone. Vantage with 3. And a solid start for Vantage on their map pick. No surprise, of course. T-side, it's always going to be a favourable start, but what wasn't expected was Damio starting at 8-0 for the match. Or for the map, should I say.
Definitely, actually, Damio stepping in for Craxy, I believe. So I think, it's like I say, it's an upgrade of a replacement, to be honest. No offense to Craxy there, but Damio is a great clutcher, great ruffler. Slightly bit of an upgrade. I think Vantage definitely enjoy having Damio on the roster. Now for another anti-eco, any Kobe's. That nade does a lot of damage though to Semux.
I was actually over on A. I think it was...
Oh, did that middle nade just go over the player? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was actually behind the wall. The damage was done onto Sam from A. I'm not sure what from. I think maybe a HE towards camera.
Yeah, because I thought it was like, that nade was overthrown slightly. Vision. Great work onto Ford's Pain. I'm gonna say KCG have been doing some decent work, even though they lost the previous round, of just getting some ideas of middle and whatnot. Like that rotate from Mingovi was very good, because middle is a very fragile place to really explore mid-round when you've had no information on it for a good minute or so.
Yeah, Mingovi actually going to push mid, getting all this info. The bomb site on B will be taken. Omichella, yep, spotted the legs of Estate. That's a free one. And this flank coming in, actually, from Mingovi is going to be stopped in its tracks. So, another really nice round. Again, clean round out of Vantage. Completely different team, it feels like, with all due respect to what we saw on Overpass. But we were saying we were not too sure as to why Vantage have picked Anubis off the back of, obviously, them not winning an official on it yet. KCG beating Mindfreak on it yesterday. But now we're seeing exactly why they've picked it, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. 4 rounds in a row. Clean as well. That bank balance is going to just go up and up and up. Obviously, Semux is just trying to look for any unfortunate player to be exiting towards T-spawn to maybe sneak away an AK, sneak away an M4. So less to buy.
We've still got 3 Vantage players after 4 rounds without a death. How many times do you see that?
Not many. I guess who not Bowser, sorry, the Refrigerated supporters can be happy with this. 4-0 on the board. Vantage looking to cruise all the way. I really got to respect the Damio supporters, okay? Everyone loves the Damio supporters. KZG is going to use that tactical timeout. Just really get that CT side together because, well, if you start a CT side, when you don't want donuts on the scoreboard when you go into your T side. There's a lot of pressure on you. And they've got the critical buy round here. Pain's got his AWP. They need to be able to just scratch a few rounds together. Maybe not win the half, but make it at least like 4 rounds or 3 rounds or 5 rounds at least. So if you do lose a T-side round, you can just breathe in for a bit.
Yeah, Pain, he did have a spawn that actually fast peek B main, but Obser just played the safer option. He's actually going to flash out a couple of teammates out of B main instead. Estate being one of them, unfortunately, does not expect Viridian to be up and above. So, early first blood for Vantage once again. And KZG just need to try and decipher the algorithm of Vantage's T side right now because it's all one-way traffic. Already, I mean, I don't like to count teams out early, but we're 5 rounds in nearly, and it already feels like KCG are tied to the track. Vantage is the steam train. As Omichella finds A completely open as well.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, they're just playing CT side all wrong at the moment. They're trying to be the aggressors really early on. I do understand trying to take map control of territory or whatnot, but they're just peeking into angles where, like, there's no real cover.
Yeah, and it's not only that. Like, you can make these plays but I wouldn't advise it when you're 4-0 down. You know, like you haven't got that much money behind you if the play goes wrong. You haven't got the round count behind you if it all goes wrong. And, you know, you can just aggress elsewhere for better value and just better odds. Like you can smoke deep mid and take mid early on. You know, you can double HG mid and take mid early on. You don't have to really be pushing out and pressing the issue out towards B, because as you saw, like a couple flashbangs, yeah, you get out, but the advantageous position still lies with the T's. There's so many angles you could be spotted from, and yeah, they just felt the wrath of it there. And KCG, I mean, they need to talk this one over soon. I would really like to see a timeout, to be honest, but they're going to just keep going and rolling with the punches. I mean, the confidence obviously still must be there with them, but yeah, not a lot of time to really talk this one over and really come up with a fast solution.
Yeah, I was gonna say here, maybe, like, I'm not really too sure what happened that round for them. Like I say, I'm not sure whether they talked about it during the save instead of just burning a timeout. They may need that on the T side. If they get to their T side with a decent advantage. Damio making his way through connector. No one contesting connector from KZG.
I like how Damio still has a Zeus in his pocket as well.
He's gonna get revenge, man.
He's hungry for it. Another first blood goes away advantage. Pressure starts to mount up on KZG's B defense once again.
Well, basically the pressure's mounting on themselves is happening again. The same story. Yeah. One of our players goes down and suddenly it's a 5v2.
You've got Sam really pushed back on mid as well. Doesn't feel like he has the opportunity to really gather any info when he's playing solo. He has guessed right though, rotating over towards B. The exec is going to be coming out towards B. Can this 3-man hold on CT side stop the 4-man push coming in?
Vantage,
waiting for counter util, actually. Now they're going to go.
They're not doing anything at the moment, but now they've held the first offensive. They're going 1-1 traded out. Hassie trying to hold at Ninja. And they're going to hold this, and it's going to be very strange. Well, Brilliant should be able to get that bomb plant down. Actually been seen fake the line. Hassie's doing the ring around the rose. He finds it. He eventually was sprayed. And KCG win the round. That was a very weird round. It was just a bit... Oh, come on, Hassie, man. You've Zeus someone before, and then you just wasted like that. It was kind of weird.
But it's not wasted, though. Don't forget, it recharges. It recharges now, Josh. You get to keep it. But yeah, it was weird. I feel like KCG weren't 100% buying it, so they didn't really want to do anything to show their hand. And Vantage on the flip side, waiting for some counter util to come in after the smokes. There was 0 Molotovs thrown, and they were just kind of like, okay, we'll just walk into the site then, I guess.
Yeah, it was very strange because like KZG were just like, oh, when are they coming in? Like, you know, hello, we're waiting for you. No, just didn't seem with any purpose coming in from Vantage. That's what I'm trying to say. Didn't seem with any purpose when they went in there. It was more hesitant. And so looks beautiful flash from Eddie once again. Meridian, just absolute. I can say their util game Vantage has been really on point. I mean, Skull, Meridian, having beautiful timing on their flashes. Not really much going on at the moment. There's a lot of posturing. A lot of like meter by meter trying to get some gains. But now they're coming for the A crunch, a quick A crunch, and Mingovi out of position. Pain grabs one, he knows Skull Hunter's coming, but he's going to be burnt by Viridian's Molotov. That spreads, unfortunately, the wrong direction. Hassie on the bigger lurk, but Vision on the even bigger lurk.
Save.
And flank. And Estate, well, just going to save at this point. Going to say, what Hassie, what he had a winner there actually with that late flank.
Tough. He wants to go for it, yeah. I mean, fair enough. You got 0 kills, but you still got confidence. But yeah, I mean, they could have really done with that M4 in the next round. Not too sure. Maybe a bit of frustration coming into play. Only, I guess, a state could answer that question. But yeah, I mean, Vantage is going all their way. Everything they want to do, they're pretty much having it. And yeah, KCG just not really with much fight back so far. A good hold on B a matter of 2 rounds ago, but yeah, not much more positive things to say, unfortunately, with their Anubis so far. They're definitely feeling very different to how they were feeling this point yesterday against Mind Freak. So yeah, Vantage on the flip side are probably starting to already think about map 3, if I'm honest. It's been that one-sided. But obviously they need to get over the finish line first. Don't get me wrong, Vantage are a great T side, but it can flip on its head very quickly. So I wouldn't count KZG out yet. We know they have a good T side in themselves. So yeah, technical pause coming in, of course. So we will wait temporarily for a fix to come in. Hopefully it isn't too long as we get the action back underway shortly. But yeah,
I did hear a little bit of a typing there, so maybe it is like
yeah, a little bit of a
unpause,
tick in
but
chat.
maybe
But in
unplugged
terms
mouse.
of like Vantage so far, what have you been impressed to
The
see from them?
utility, the flash has been really like the flash is on point and also on time as well. Where like sometimes you get a bit too ahead of yourself where they see a leg or see a hand, so they know where exactly they're spraying. The flash has been so on cue that they've got no indication of where the player could be coming from. So they're just taken out very quickly. They're just trying to hold their fire, hoping that they're not coming into them. Also, as well, other than that one round where they just didn't push on no smokes, everything else has been very, very impressive. Overall, been very, very impressed with, I believe, the Amio, especially in that opening foray.
Yeah, I feel like most kills, like just to reiterate your point, most kills that are coming the kill feed for Vantage have literally been flash assisted. So yeah, completely with you on that one. The util usage, there's entry usage into obviously the site has been great, and I mean it shows in the scoreline. With this technical pause, folks, we are going to quickly throw to a quick commercial break whilst the players get it sorted out. So don't go anywhere. We will be back very, very shortly. We'll catch you in a few minutes.
That's right. Speed up. It's high. You are always on my mind. Always on my. I will this time show you a side.
Well, welcome back, folks. Luckily, it wasn't even a few minutes. It was a matter of seconds as all 10 players are already back in the server. KCG coming back with a half-5 with some pistols. The Deagles, they have done damage already in this best of 3. Hassie being one of them with a nice 1v2 clutch with the Deagle himself. Omichella hearing all this information through the water. Has to make it 3 with ease. Nearly 4 as well. A state having his toenails completely clipped off. And eventually does get finished off as Hassie. 1v2 with a Deagle. I think a 1v5 with a Deagle is a bit out of reach though.
Yeah, I was going to say he was the only one that retreated back to site. And I was actually surprised that he just didn't die before he could get back in, but either way, 7 rounds for Vantage and they recovered quickly after that tech break. AZG, though, they're floundering at the moment. I know it's a T-sided map, but you need to get at least 3 rounds or 4 rounds on that CT side. And
It is a T-sided map, but yeah, not exactly 7-1 T-sided, you know.
I found Hassie trying to get those 1-digs to land against Damio, but the body shots are good enough. And he's going to try and save that AK, which is going to be very perilous. He's throwing the smoke down.
I like it.
Geez, he's going to get run, but traded out. I like that. I think that was very... Oh, geez, Skull Hunter really letting them know. Or, you know, he was just conveniently, you know, just... Yeah. I think
a big
get
thing...
to their heads.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's never nice having 2 players on your team still on 0 kills after 8 rounds. So yeah, just turning the screw a bit in the mental warfare side of things. I'm all for it, Josh. I mean, I'm that kind of player myself when I play, no matter what it is, basketball or CS. I am that guy. I am him.
Well, Payne's discovering that he's also him as well. We have an opening pick now going towards Con. He feels that a player is in. He's correct. Demo is lurking there. Demo's going to be careful though. Almost catches Payne. Hassie forced off the angle as well. A lot of utility going well for Vantage, forcing a lot of angles to be given up. Lots of been thrown in, and that's not good at all. But Skullhunter does all the work at B main, but Estate holding on by basically the skin of his teeth. Doesn't even take down Damio. Didn't expect Damio expecting to flank, but it doesn't really matter. Mingovi with the Ferrari peak just runs over Damio, makes it 2 on the board for KZG.
Yeah, they have Damio. Well, they have to thank a lot for a lot of thanks towards Damio, because I mean, it didn't look like the execute was completely ready to come out yet, and the team Molotov kind of said, "Okay, boys, well, we actually have to go now. We have no choice." So yeah, KZG will take that where they get the opportunity, as they look to try and mount a little comeback. Obviously, they are confirmed to be on the losing side of the scoreboard as the second half starts, as Vantage are on 7, but it's now a matter of how well can you get out of this first half. You know, can you get 5 rounds potentially? Can you maybe get 4? I mean, at 7-1, if you offered them 4 rounds, they would have ripped your hand off. So,
yep. I gotta say for poor Damio there, Damio's like, you know, he took the term light a fire under your team's butt to get them to decide, a bit literally, so put the Molotov on himself. To give a bit of motivation, but obviously, it's a figurative pun, not a literal pun. Payne, oh jeez, has to turn around. I think Damio couldn't even look at it either. The flash was actually a bit too far forward, so we would have got blinded as well. So at least that gets them a bit of movement, get some free meters in towards A main. Now Payne, I think he's going to flash in. Mingovi shut down Skullhunter in middle, so you got the middle left away, so they know to be an A execute. Jeez, because hey, Sal's holds on as well. They might actually charge in towards A here, but they're ready for this. And Viridian's going to get caught as well by Mingovi. Mingovi's just like, nah, no entry. Hassie, beautiful vision by vision. Expecting a player from the A to B side to intervene and taking down Payne as well. No damage taken either, which is incredible. I was actually expecting Estate to be trying to crunch middle. Vision.
no time, no Josh. Bombs down. They're basically stacking the bomb. This one's over. Unless KZG just... I'll tell you what, on command, Josh. But he's now got Estate to get past. Is he going to expect it to be so close? Knife in hand. Steps heard. Estate has completely bottled it. Oh! Estate. Oh, he was playing with fire there, Josh. Oh, my word. Didn't even need to step. He had no clue vision. I tell you what, yeah. Give me a breather, please, KZG.
KZG, they're going to say, they're going to get punished for this one day. They need to be aware of the time, okay? They need to be aware of time so much, because this is the second time where they could have lost a round unless they actually play time. They weren't playing time, and they're going to get punished on this one day. Okay, they got that 3rd round. I got to say, they were lucky to get that 3rd round, that aim duel. But yeah, like this could cost them in the future, where they will lose a round that they should have won 99% of the time. If they just play time and just be aware that you just don't need to go in for the peak, you don't need to be super aggressive, just realize the clock. But now KZG recovering a bit on that CT side, and they're pretty happy with that. Very, very happy with that recovery so far. You know, 3 rounds, is that what I said? The minimum. What they needed to just have that deep breath if they lost.
I tell you what, Josh.
Round.
If KZG win this round, I mean, they have everything they need to get 5 out of the half, which is crazy to think about. And
oh no.
Not as crazy as that Molotov, though.
Let's
Show me that lineup, please.
They got Mingovi out of middle. That's probably what their main intent was. So that's probably the good thing at the end, that they did get Mingovi out of position. But they lost Damio as a result. Bit of poking and prodding from both teams with their utility. Vantage taking up Hassie in a state with it. Radiant trying to get some more infos and no one defending middle from KZG. Vantage are very paranoid about it, so I can assume on their CT side there'll be like 5 players in middle, given that logic.
It looks like it's going to be an A split to finish. It's a 4v2 on A now. Mingovi under pressure. Sam helping him out from behind as he finds 2, and now has to hold it down on his own. Can't find any more. Viridian opens up this A site now. 2 versus 3. Bomb's going to go down. Not much util to really stop them, other than one smoke, as the flank will be coming in from Hassie as well. Keep an eye on that.
Yep, like I said, they're going to just make as much noise as they can to allow Hassie to keep making that real estate up. We just make enough noise to keep the players interested towards Plat. And HE will definitely do exactly just that. Really that res. They're staying crap for 1 at Plat, and they should be able to get the trade there. Great 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, and Hassie's flank coming in at the perfect time, and the 2 teammates that he had up alive doing well just to bide his time and basically keep the 2 Ts distracted. And there you go, tease up Hassie for a kill and a defuse. So really well played. And now KZG, as I said, have pretty much everything they could want to get 5 rounds on the board.
I've also got to say that as well, like I was getting a bit nervous when they were starting to aggress while Hassie was in A main. I'm sitting there going like, mate, like Hassie's not even there yet, mate. Don't aggress, don't aggress. But even not to mention as well, you got to kill the MP9. Even better, extra money in the pocket. Allows all this extra utility, and he picked up 2 flashes as well, just to top it off at the end of the round. So the CT economy is just so important to get all those little nades, like every little penny counts. The 2 flashbangs, $400, that counts in the long run. And your teammate has 2 flashes. And both players weren't expecting each other. Did they damage? Oh, Michela did get damaged. I was gonna say, like, I don't think either player hit the other player, so yeah. Mingovi. Big flash hits in. Mingovi's getting a lot of trouble there, but Crossfire somehow works. And some looks of GC's lucky to be alive. I don't know how Michela didn't take him out. I saw an elbow or a shoulder or... Okay, never mind. Hassie had the good old wall bang. That's just up to vision in a 1v4. I think I may have got tricked. I don't think Michela could see Mingovi. I think I got tricked by the wall. I'm very sure I got tricked by the A main wall.
It can be very deceiving, the old X-ray. But what isn't deceiving is the 7-5 scoreline as we go into the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to throw to a quick break while the players take a breather. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You got me feeling some way, like I might be stuck in a dream. Let's stay here till the day breaks, feeling like like I never wanna leave. Keep moving till the sunrise. You're taking my mind out to sea. Fall in love at low tide. I'm thinking we should never leave. So let's keep going till the night is almost gone. Cause I feel like singing Let's keep going till the night is almost gone. Cause I feel like singing
Welcome back to the second half of KZG taking on Vantage. We've heard from the other area in the ESL Challenger Melbourne close qualifiers that DXA have lost 2-0 to Sunday School. And DXA will be playing in the lower bracket final against the loser of these two teams coming up. Vantage, 7 rounds on the T side. And looks like Vantage were going to take the bickies, but KZG just kept their claws in and they managed to steal 5 rounds away.
I mean, to be honest, Josh, like after the hot start that Vantage had, a 7-5 scoreline felt more unlikely than a 13-0. But here we are. KZG have a perfect opportunity here to finish this one out 2-0, of course. Anubis being heavily T-sided, so pistol round is going to be a big telltale of how things are going to finish out. Hassie just trying to find his connector player, does not expect the second, that being Vision with the dual Berettas. Has to continue firing, finds another, as it's a 3 versus 2 now, thanks to Mingovi's HE grenade, and retake server has to be initiated. Vision still not punished for pushing out of Con, and it's a big 4K out of Vision to help his team get back to winning ways and get them 1 round closer to getting this one tied up at 1 apiece.
I reckon that left Beretta scored at least 3 or 4 headshots there, okay? The right Beretta ain't working, okay? The right Beretta's gonna do a lot better, but the left dually was just perfect.
Yeah, maybe the right one was shooting blanks. The left one just had the 50 cal bullets in them. I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. And, well, KCG did get that bomb planted, so they're going to go for that force buy. And I think I kind of like KCG the fact that they did get that bomb down early to put a lot of pressure on Vantage, even if they lost a round. They still probably put a lot of pressure on Vantage to try and get that retake done as quickly as they could. KCG and Vantage is pushing the A envelope.
Ooh,
they're actually going to go for an Exy.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, they've been heard now. Mingovi making a few splashes. Like I say, both teams making a few noises as well, and I think both of them are psyching each other out. They're looking for that rotate towards B, and they've caught that rotate. Damio goes down, and they might be going to push towards B. Now the middle player is actually rotating over. I mean, Mingovi only expected 1 connector, and now it's back to A.
Yeah, they're man up on A. And here it comes. Molotov coming out. Flash is coming out on the side as well. Viridian under pressure. Hassie does find one. Viridian tries to flick to Hassie to trade out, but it can't be done. 3 versus 2 retake now. One of the weapons being an MP9. Gonna struggle from camera as Sam's on another flank and coming in clutch with it. It's all on Vision. Otherwise, this round will be going towards KZG's side of the scoreboard. And there it is. KZG fire back after losing the pistol. They get 6 on the board.
I've got to say, KZG doing this late lurk play, they did a bit on overpass, but then and also on the safety side of Anubis. And now they're doing it on T side Anubis, and it's actually absolutely a killer blow there. Like, Skull Hunter thought he was safe going back out into the middle, and he just met a wild Samux who just put him into the dirt and just ended that retake. I think this late lurk play is really just scripted on a lot of maps. Like, they just, you know, by the time, like, you know, how long does, oh, geez, that's not a good start.
Dear.
But not as scripted as in, like, you know, they wait 10 seconds and then they just have Samuel or Hassie just push that line. And they know they can catch someone either rotating or anything like that to basically sabotage or stymie any sort of retake effort. That's what I've been noticing. Mingovi and Skull Hunter, IGL v IGL. And Mingovi wins the important duel between leaders.
Definitely a mental boost as well, you know, especially from Mingovi's point of view. You just find the IGL. That's essentially stepped into your shoes, so to speak.
Mingovi, great farm at the moment. Sort of repaid the Mac 10. Vision just he's just gonna be sitting at spawn. Doesn't get the one dig onto a state. He just moved. Like he had a good lineup, but he just moved as he shot it, which just sent it wide. 7 rounds for KZG as they finish that anti-eco.
Yeah, and expect this one to get tied up, Josh. Expect to see 8-8 on the scoreboard in no more than 2 minutes. We thought it was going to be a very heavily one-sided Anubis after the start, but swinging the other way.
KZG have won 7 out of that last 8 rounds.
Yeah.
KZG only scored 1 round. And this is one of the, exactly. This is one of these comedy rounds where one team stacks the other side, and the other team goes to, you know, A or B or whatever, goes to the opposite side. And this is one of these comedy rounds. You gotta get the Benny Hill music on, you know.
I won't even try to give my impression of it. It might get copyrighted.
Yep. Yeah, yours is too good, we know.
Yeah.
And once again, Mingovi pays for his Mac 10 then. I've got to say, that was actually really, really well strategized. They dropped the only Mac 10 to pick up that M4. So they'll have all rifles going into this. Payne's actually elected to upgrade to the AWP. That's a bit of a gamble. But I suppose when you got Hassie, Mingovi, Estate, and Samux all on decent cash, and even if you lose that round, they can drop you a weapon. That's pretty much fine. And look at Vantage though. Like, even though Vantage, you know, saved that round, their weaponry looks really horrible.
It's still very limited, yeah, exactly. Obviously, having to change it up, they feel Viridian getting the AWP out. They need to change something, so let's see if this is the right way to go about it. Of course, Payne having the AWP himself, so could see an interesting duel coming in. Of course, as expected, that T AWP towards A in water. Connector smoked as well, so yeah, just going to hold A main for the moment. Hassie holding con for now, as it's a 4-man stack onto A site, and Vantage must think they have a read here. Vision playing B retake. Does have a bit of util to stop and execute coming in if he does see a smoke towards CT, but he'll be hoping that it does head towards the stack on A, that's for sure. And Vantage, I mean, not sure if any of the players do believe in a Lord and Almighty, but now they're going to be praying it does come to A. Omichella getting the info and a big kill as well. That's going to send information over towards Vision. He has to start defending B, as that's where the bomb is heading. Mingovi with a HE kill, switches out, flicks with an M4 onto Vision's head. And this one feels all well and done for Vantage. KZG, albeit 30 seconds or so, will have 9 on the board, but not unless Damio opens things back up.
Not yet though, because Hassie's all by himself, the players are locked out on B main, and they can't really intervene here. They could go for the defuse. Payne's gonna like to get the M4 out, and they might actually go for the defuse, but fortunately, Samuk's able to save that round there. I was getting a bit worried on that retake, because a 4v3 retake is definitely doable. Like, definitely doable on this map. And they still had cabins control and connector control, so at least you got 2 points of entry onto that B bomb site. And also, not to mention as well, 2 of the players are on B main. Fortunately, of course, the bomb was planted for B main, but, you know, stranger things can happen. The KZG, back in the lead now, and, you know, Vantage, they're looking great. They're making sure that they won't be keeping that 0-4, making it 0-5, but now that's becoming a reality at this stage. Another anti-eco coming in, and KZG should get double digits.
Yeah, pressure back on Vantage. Similar territory to what they felt on Overpass. As KZG, you know, once these guys seem to get a lead and seem to get a bit of momentum behind them, they take you the whole mile. Damio in behind, does find a head, tries to find another. And KZG just find themselves in a weird situation where they kind of just have mid and nowhere else. They will have a player pushing towards A, and the A site's going to be open. Vision though, coming from main, no kit on the side advantage, so this round is certainly not looking too good for the CTs. Vision trying to find something, but again, yeah, this round's done. They're opting to just save the Kevlar that they have on Damio.
Kind of had to go in this scenario, like, they have to kind of, like, go to a bomb site. They need to put the pressure on towards the CTs. Obviously, get that bomb planted early. They might be trying to go for defuse state, trying to hold the site. Might have to kind of sacrifice himself to the bomb. It was just messing up those jumps, a bit of nerves creeping in. I've got to say, like, Vantage were getting very close to being able to win that round. And I do agree with KZG. They're just abandoning the weapons that they lost in the middle and just going straight to A and just get that bomb planted. You know, put the 40 seconds on the clock. So that Vantage have to rush against time. And they don't have all the time in the world to try and do a bit more damage to stop you from putting that bomb down. So I think that was a good idea for KZG just to go into A instead and just get that bomb down. I just felt it was one of those rounds where Vantage could have won that round, that 3v3. Because everything was just looking really peachy for them.
Third timeout coming in as KCG look to, you know, just start turning the screw now, putting in the final few nails in the coffin of Vantage Esports in the upper bracket. And of course, obviously, Vantage are to lose here. They're not down and out of the qualifiers just yet. They have one more loss until they're out, essentially. And of course, they will be going up against the losers of upper bracket 1,
Just DXA.
which is DXA, exactly. And obviously, that will be on this stream after the match.
I get the cast ruffle co. I feel so happy, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Casting the happiest man at CS2. Amio, working the canal as well, working the river. You know, he loves a little bath. And he gives Vision a bit of a bath. Oh no, Vision has stayed a bit of a bath as well. So Mook's going to be very careful because they don't have auto control. Well, perceived to not have auto control. The CTs have pushed middle. And it's a bit of a role reversal here at the moment.
Look at this flank. Look at this flank coming in from Skull Hunter. I think he's just going to be off time to stop the exec, but he does find one, and that's going to be information sent over. HE scan Molly's coming out to counter this push coming in from the T side. They've actually got a double flank coming in here. KZG are under a bit of pressure from both sides. Should be able to get this bomb down, but not before Obichella finds another. Does get traded out, but do they expect Skull Hunter to still be here?
Yeah, I think they would have seen a second player, at least with Skull Hunter getting one of the kills. But that wasn't a good peek. Now the bomb's out in the open, and they would have heard that bomb beep.
Yeah,
Hassie.
and now they can afford to play time. Hassie finds one more kill. It's actually a bit of a W for the L, as Vantage are going to be limited to what they can buy in the next round if they lose an extra player. With 3 players being alive, you can afford to drop over 2 more players instead of 3, what it would be. So let's see how clean they can seal this one. Yeah, they do. 3 alive, that's big. That is big for a comeback. for Vantage. So AK's going to be dropped over, Orb's going to be saved onto Viridian. That's a really good round out of Vantage. Probably their biggest round of this best of 3 so far, because if they lose that one, they're in even more trouble than what they were already in. KZG, of course, will come back with a buy of their own. They have plenty of money to work with. No pressure on them to really win this one. Of course, they'd like to get on 11, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world tied at 10-10.
We get an OT here potentially as well. Payne just trying to laser down Skull Hunter in middle. Trying to get that middle control early on for both teams. Obviously, Vantage, as I said before on their T side, they pay attention to middle quite a bit, and they're stacking 2 players middle as well. Mingovi dodging and weaving past the bullets. Well, Skull Hunter expecting Mingovi to be this close. Oh, Mingovi was trying to catch Skull Hunter there, but Skull Hunter had already moved away. Taking all the areas in the smoke. And, well, he's not there. That direct smoke that comes direct to HE that comes down and just extinguishes it. Vantage actually just bulking up. Payne, and once again, he gets Daniel on the legs. Mingovi shuts down Skeleton. It's not even looking too good. The middle hold has just disappeared in a flash. They've lost all 3 players on mid.
They barely even, well, they didn't even push past the doors. Payne finds 2, a nice flashbang actually ends up helping the T side. Omichella just trying to do everything he can to 1v5 this for the boys. Right now, he's in a lot of trouble. No HP as well. Gonna go for it. Almost actually drops in his favor, but yeah, 3 players staring at you. Not gonna go too well for you. 11 found for KZG. Vantage will be coming back with a buy of their own, but they haven't got that much room left to start losing rounds at this point. 2 more rounds and you're done, essentially. So, yeah, pressure starts to mount. KZG going to be feeling good going forward. How do Vantage answer back? Are they going to start aggressing a bit towards B main, like we saw KZG try earlier on? Let's find out.
Yep. I was going to say overall as well, just that middle crunch didn't go so well for them at all. Like I said, Omichella, a bit unlucky, got jump spotted towards the end there, and they just saw him, just a little helmet. It's going to be very, very annoying when you just jump on but a tip of your helmet. I think he had a good chance to win that 1v3. But some good jumping from KZG does a little work, and KZG is still trying to force their way in towards the B bomb site. Trying to poke and pull. Damio is not moving on this connector angle, just waiting for the elbow to drill it in. Flashbang goes in. He did see 1 player back in a second, but good 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Vantage. Vision just trying to delay the execute. 4v2 for Vantage, and should most likely go in their favor as they just push out Payne and Mingovi.
Yeah, the con flash actually missed. I don't know how that flash missed, but it ended up actually bouncing off the wall instead of going into con. So, yeah, a bit of a blunder from KZG. They would have loved to have had that one back because it looked like they had everything in position to take B. They had 2 players putting pressure on towards main. They had con pretty much already taken by Estate. Estate was in con, decided to leave and then get flashed back in. The flash misses. So, yeah, a lot of things went wrong there for KZG.
It's a bit of a shame time here.
Yeah, I mean, not much to really go off. You don't have any flashbangs to set up Payne for another kill. You have 1 Molotov, and that's about it. They would love to get a drop over to Hassie coming in as well. So, yeah, no, just not feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, don't go for it. That's probably the best formula to work with. And Vantage will find themselves on double digits for the first time into maps, and they're gonna back it up with a tactical timeout of their own. Their first of this map so far, and good to see. You know, they've still got their heads in the right place. They're certainly not down and out by any stretch. They're still very much in this one. It takes a few good moments, you know, from their very good rifle core, and they're back in the game and potentially looking at Vertigo map 3.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a could be an interesting one to negotiate because this round's actually very critical for both teams. Like I say, at least KZG could probably force up if they do get a bomb plant and lose. Vantage, like if they lose this round, they have to force buy, and it's not a great force buy either since they won the previous round. The loss bonus, I guess the loss bonus is somewhat there. But
And the information that Vantage have as well, with the fact that KZG have pretty much saved from 40 seconds left on the clock, Vantage are going to be sitting here thinking that KZG money's really bad, so they're probably not actually expecting this sort of buy to be coming back at them, you know, paying with an AWP, four AKs out, but they do know if they win this round, then it's certainly going to be a bad buy, and they're going to be looking at potentially a map point.
Yeah, definitely. At least a map point and potentially a 13-11, which would be huge for them. Escaping from the clutches. Oh, it looks like Mingovi is going to be surrendering middle control towards Vantage. Throwing a few bullets actually. Hassie's got to be careful, just making sure no one drops in. Daniel rotating over. Spots Mingovi at B main, but misses the initial bullets, and Mingovi's going to take full advantage of it. Now they get a second as well. Should be a trade. Vision, they line up for him, and Vision grabs 2 more, makes a 4-for-2 trade in the favor of KZG. And well, looks like Samux will get that bomb fight down right away. Hassie literally lurking connector, and they just know if there's a player rotating, it's going to be through caverns. And well, Omochella's getting himself away, the Molotov burning. But is he going to try to go for that retake? Money's not that great.
Yeah, you just got to save at this point. If you find a kill early here, then great. I mean, 1v2, I guess it's doable, but with the current circumstance, the money not great, the round count now about to be 12-10, kind of just have to save here and hope for the best. It's going to be awkward out Vantage, as you stated at the start of this round. You know, they're going to actually save the AWP, so that's a positive, at least, for Vantage. But yeah, backs are against the wall now, and they've got to start swinging and shooting in the dark.
Yeah, I gotta say, now this is rough for Vantage, but at least they got a semi-decent buy out of that. GM4s. I think they're negotiating their money across, like being like, okay, so what can we buy? How much utility can we buy as well? Probably going to be one of the harder rounds if they want to negotiate this to overtime. So I don't see, like, if they do win the next round, if only like 1 or 2 people alive, that there's a buy worse than this. I suppose not having the AWP is one of them. Series point for KZG. They win this, they'll be playing Sunday School in the upper bracket final later today. They obviously go to OT, we'll be playing a 3rd map instead.
I'd really like Vantage to just take a shot here, like really go for it. Take the game to KZG. You can't keep doing what you're doing and just waiting for KZG to make their move, because it's just not working out for you. You've got to, you know, just take the game to KZG, try and catch them off guard with an abstract play, and just hope it pans out for you, because they can't obviously afford at this stage to go 1-for-1 in rounds. They can't keep trading rounds back and forth. They need to win the next 2.
Yeah. Also as well, like, you know, talk about the trades as well. The opening trades have been going 3-for-2 in the favor of KZG. Always KZG having that number advantage. And they can't have that either.
That's to do with because they're playing really passive on the sides, you know. If KZG decide to commit a lot of bodies towards the site, they're going to be in 3v2s, 4v2s, 4v3s a lot of the time. So of course, if everyone just trades successfully, you're going to end up with a player up. But again, just Vantage playing passive, waiting for KZG to make their move. It's worked out sometimes, sometimes it hasn't. There's a lot of info gathered for Vision there. See what they can use.
Brilliant.
The rest of the map, this is awkward.
Pain catches the elbow. It's lured into the trap there. Now just got to pick a site. This is the hard part for KZG. Which site do you pick? They haven't got much information on either. And they're going to fake out towards B. Wait a couple seconds. And hit A.
Omichella's not buying it though, Josh. Omichella is not moving. And they're trying to walk through the smoke. Yeah, only one found. 3 versus 3 now. 15 seconds left on the clock. Make it 3 versus 2. A good kill. Stab in the back from Sam. A state as well. And Vantage. Unless Damio can secure 1v3, they're going to be heading to the loser bracket.
Oh, that HT is probably going to confirm it. And the state should do the final dressing, final initiation. There we go. 13-10. 2-0 to KZG, and they do a massive, I'd say a pretty good upset here as with KZG. As I said before, I did kind of expect it to be 2-0, but I gotta say, not going with their main pick of Ancient has turned out great for them. They won Overpass quite convincingly. They came back and won Anubis. A lot of people were a bit unhappy.